In this video, I'm going to give an overview of the Active Trader feature of thinkorswim platform. The way you get to this part of the platform is by coming up here to where it says Trade and clicking on that, and then you would come over here to this area and click on Active Trader. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up this easy way of placing your orders and scrolling down your order or raising up your order or whatever it is that you're looking to do. If you're looking to move your stop or place a new order, it's like a one click and then confirm, and you have your order in play. And they also give you all of these little tabs over here so you can customize the way you're viewing everything. So if you notice right now, I have Active Trader tab highlighted here, and if I click that on or off, it just brings up that Active Trader feature. And the same thing with the charts. They actually give you a way to put 3 different charts on the screen, and you can put any one of them that you want. If you want the bottom one, you pick chart 3. Of course, you could always move them around and customize it the way you want, but these are set up that way so that you can have perhaps what you need right out of the gate. And the other features that they're giving you are time and sales, if you're interested in seeing what the last time and sales are of the particular symbol that you're looking to trade. There's a trade tab which will bring up a buy sell menu, which is a little bit redundant if you have Active Trader open. Big buttons brings up another trade menu, which is also, like I said, redundant if you're using Active Trader. And then there's level 2 quotes if that's something that you like using with your trading, and also a live news tab. So let's say that you are not looking to use level 2, and let's say you want to use 2 charts and you're not concerned about news and you want to set up your platform. Let's take away big buttons since we have them on Active Trader, and let's take away time and sales. So maybe you just want to have 2 charts and you want to make this one chart perhaps be a 15-minute chart, and the lower chart you want it to be a 5-minute chart. Let's say that this is the setup that you like using and you're comfortable with this, so maybe you then want to save this setup. What you do is you come up here, over here where they're showing this window, and when you click on that, it actually allows you to customize the grid to however many grids you want, but you can also save the current settings that you have on the grid and call it up later so it'll bring back the exact same thing that you had before. So if I click on Save Grid over here, and then just type in a name, and let's highlight this and we'll call it Active Trader 2 charts. All right, and I'll hit save. And let's say I wanted to do 3 charts, so I'll put 3 charts here, and perhaps this one would be my 5-minute, and maybe over here I would rather have this one be my 1-minute. And let's say there are times where I want to use this one. Maybe I'm using the 1-minute chart as an exit chart because I'm already profitable on the trade and I'm looking to just run a little more profit on the trade. Then I might use the 1-minute chart, and you can then come up here again and just hit Save Grid As, and this time we'll just change this over here to 3, and we'll call this one 3 charts. So now you can come back up here and your 2 saved settings are right here. If I want the 2 chart setup, all right, or if I want the 3 chart setup, you just come up here and switch, back and forth from one or the other. And you can do this with any other chart settings and setups you have. You can save all of your different chart setups that you like to use, depending on maybe if you're day trading or if you're doing options trading or whatever you're doing. You can set it up and customize it and then save it the way it looked so that you can have it whenever you need it. A couple other features of the charts. Right now on these charts, they have the volume set up on the chart. And there is a way to customize that if you prefer not to have the volume at all, or if you want the volume in a more traditional under the chart in its own separate menu. So let's say I wanted to get rid of the volume. Let me just drag this over here. We'll come over here to futures, all right, because I'm using a futures symbol right now. And right here it says Show Volume Subgraph. So if I was to uncheck that and then hit Apply, it would take the volume completely off of that, and then you can do that for these other charts as well. But what if I wanted the volume, but I wanted it in its own section at the bottom of the chart. So then I would leave this checked under futures, but then I would come over to the general tab over here and come down to where it says overlap volume. And right now, if I uncheck where it says overlap volume, then hit apply, I will have the volume at the bottom of my chart. Let me just move this out of the way so you can see it. So if you prefer the volume there, then you would just set up these settings that way. And after you've hit apply, you just hit OK. And then you can come back down to these other charts and either have no volume on the chart, or perhaps you want it to be overlapping or at the bottom of the chart, whichever way you choose. Another thing that some people like to have is a little space to the right of the price so that there's perhaps a work area. Let's say you were going to draw a line on your chart and you wanted to see a projection of it. So let's say you were drawing this line and you wanted to see perhaps where the price level might be further out in time if it stayed below that line. You would then need to come over to the this chart settings icon again, the gear symbol, and if you come over to the time axis here, there's a spot where it says bars to the right, and they have some default ones in. Let me just set it to 10 for a second, and I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'll hit apply. And it just shifts the chart over. So when you make your charts, if you had one chart on the screen, maybe 10 would be a good number for you. And if you had multiple charts on, maybe you'd switch it to a lower number. And right here, if I just switch this to extend right. So let me go back to just a one chart. I'm going to switch off charts 2 and 3 here. So it shows here that I'm long one E-mini S&P futures contract. So let's say that I wanted to place a stop order to get out of this below the market. So I would come down here. Perhaps I want to give it where 23.60.75. Maybe I want to give it down to 23.58.75. So I would come down here and just click on sell stop and then confirm this order, and then hit send, and it'll put in my stop down in here. And let's say I wanted to put a profit target as well. So then I would come over here and perhaps just near the high of the day, if it comes up and retouches the high of the day, we'll look to get out of this here. So let's put that here, and we'll sell one to close, and we'll put that up there. So right now I have it set up where I'm protected on the downside if it goes down, and if it winds up going higher, then we'll be okay. And notice how they drew the stop lines and the limit lines on my chart. And what's a cool feature is you can actually take this order and drag it on the chart. So let's say you wanted to raise your stop up, you can actually drag it on the chart and it'll place the order on the chart. Or you can just take the order and drag it right on the active trader part. So it gives you a way of moving it right on the chart underneath, perhaps a candle that you want to do it. Or let's say I wanted to put my stop, let me leave that there. Let's say I wanted to bring my stop just below here, just below this candle. I can bring it down there and it'll place it there for me. So it's a pretty powerful feature. You do have to practice with it a little bit so that you're not clicking and placing orders all over the place. And make sure you're looking at what you're, like when you are placing an order, if I'm moving an order, make sure get used to taking a look and seeing that it says what you were planning on doing, and then hit send. Just make sure you're confirming what you're doing before you do it. And then take a look when you're done to see if it looks like what you were intending to do is what's happened. So hopefully this will help you get started with the Active Trader feature, and down the road maybe there'll be some more videos explaining some more detail on some of the other features. So take care, and I hope this helped. Thank you very much.